Zombies map tier list maker, and it is going to be all of these maps, and I'm going to rank every single one of them based on gameplay and replayability and a little bit about the Easter egg. And those are the three main things I'm judging off, not on how important it is for zombies or the nostalgia, because those things are just bullshit reasons of being lazy and putting all the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 maps in S tier. And so I'm going to go straight into this one. I'm actually going to skip these two at first because these are way more, what would I say, harder to rank in my opinion. And so first I'm going to go with Verrucht. Verrucht was such an amazing map at the time. The problem is it has no pack-a-punch, it has almost no replayability. And look, when it first came out, I loved playing it. It's a great map. I honestly loved it. And when I first played it, it was amazing. It's horrific. It is like scary. It is one of the only scary zombies maps ever to exist within Treyarch. However, it just doesn't match up to the newer maps, and I'm gonna have to put it at D. I'm so sorry. Final Reich. Now the Final Reich I haven't played, so I'm not doing that. I have not played any single World War II zombies map, so yeah. Bus Depot. Oh, Bus Depot. I'm sorry, this is an F tier map, boys. Like, I'm going harsh with these maps. Bus Depot does not have perks. It doesn't have a pack-a-punch machine. If you don't have those two things, you're going straight into F tier. I do not care what you have. Like, I will put Nocturne Toten here. I'm serious. Mob of the Dead was a great map overall. It was a very linear map, just like Extinction. However, this ain't Extinction. I love Extinction a lot. However, I don't know. It is a great map. I'm not saying it isn't. The story was amazing, and the gameplay was actually really good, and there was a lot of replayability to this. However, a very overrated zombies map in the community. I'm sorry, but there's just almost no replayability. I love the map, trust me, but there's no replayability, and that is a big part of this. It's just one thing every single time. You go for the pieces, get the plane, go to Pack-a-Punch on the Golden State Bridge, and then you go back and then do the same thing over until you get the Easter egg done. It's so boring, and it's the same thing over and over. It's just boring. I'm sorry, guys. The first few times it's fun, but after the first few times it just gets boring. Kino de Toten was one of the greatest maps and one of the most influential maps on zombies. It has a pack-a-punch machine. It has perks. But I wasn't a really big fan of Black Ops 1 zombies as a whole. I did not like the clunkiness of it. And I do love the one on Chronicles. The Chronicles one was amazing. So I will be taking the better of the two, which is... Wait, hold up. Do they have all the Chronicle things in here? No way. Oh, they do. No, never mind. Just kidding. They don't. I'm stupid. It's only for a few of them. But I'm going to take the Chronicles one because that is the better version in my opinion. There's just way more things to do on the Chronicles version. And ultimately, it's a great map. It really is. But it's average. It has nothing else to offer. It has 4 perks. And it has, if you're playing with the Black Ops 3, then you have the Wonder Fist machine and the Gobble Gum machine. Can I fucking speak? And it has Pack-a-Punch. However, it doesn't have much more than this. And it's just a bland map. The Reese was such a great map. Oh my gosh, what an amazing map. But I can't put it any higher than B. Because it had great layout, it had great replayability, and it had great gameplay. It had a good pack-a-punch system. It had perks. The problem is it only had 4 perks, and it was a very small map. I'm sorry, I'm going to dock points off because it was small. I'm not saying small is bad. However, it just got boring really quickly. I'm sorry, guys, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. Shino Numa was actually a really underrated map. It made the perks random locations. It created the dog rounds, and ultimately it created a lot of other things like the what was it called? Why am I having such a hard time with this? The Wonder Weapon. What's it called? Whatever. You guys remember what Wonder Weapon it is. So I'm gonna just put this up at a C tier because Shino Numa isn't as good as Kino de Toten. However, it definitely is better than Verrucht by a far mile in my opinion. And then we move on to Shadows of Evil, one of the greatest maps to ever exist. Oh my gosh, amazing. Do I even have to explain? S tier. Like, there's no comparison. Baruch Chronicles belongs in the same place as Baruch, just a little higher because, sure, it gets rid of the horror aspects, but it puts in the Wonder Fist machine, which ultimately gives it more replayability, in my opinion. And Black Ops 3 just is more replayable. I'm sorry, it just is. We're going to Shangri-La Chronicles. Shangri-La Chronicles was what did I say? It was a tough map, but it was the best looking map of all time. It had good replayability. The only problem was it didn't allow for many types of gameplay ways. Like, there are very few places where you could do anything at all, where you could camp or where you could train. Ultimately, that is the downfall of Shangri-La Chronicles. It had a pack-a-punch, sure, but if you played with randoms, the shit was impossible to do. You couldn't get pack-a-punch if you played with randoms. So I'm putting this straight up at, what would I say? I'd say it's above Kino the Toten, in my opinion. And then I'm going straight to Shino Numa. Shino Numa Remastered was a great map. And I love this map. Yeah, it's better than Black Ops 1, but not by much, honestly. I told you what I thought of Shino Numa, and that's basically what I thought of Black Ops 1. Same thing, except for it has Wonder Fizz Machine. And Wonder Fizz Machine just makes it a tad better, so I put it above. And then there's Descent. I hated Exo Zombie's Pack-a-Punch system. I love the perk system, though. And ultimately, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. It does weird shit like that. I'm so sorry, guys. Why did he even do this? Anyways, so, what was I say? Yeah, Descent. I hated the Pack-a-Punch system in this game. I love the perk system. And I hated the amount of zombie types there were. It just made exo boosting impossible because you just get boom stun, boom stun, boom stun. It was horrible. And you had to run because these guys were fucking fast as hell. So Descent, it did have a pack-a-punch system, it did have perks, and it was a very unique map, and it allowed many gameplay styles. But it wasn't even close to as good as Doris. However, it's definitely better than Akino or Toten in my opinion. The next map is Blood of the Dead. Oh boy, what a crappy ass map. There was Pack-a-Punch, sure, there was perks, sure, but it was so complicated, and it was just so many places that you literally only went to once during the whole entire game. It was bad, man. And that catwalk, not the catwalk, but you know what I'm talking about, that area where you just go through and you just get fucked by zombies. Yeah, that was pretty shitty. I hated this map so much, but it did have a Pack-a-Punch, and it did have perks. And for that reason and that reason alone, it is better than Shino Numa. But it is not better than Kino der Toten. I'm sorry, but I like compact maps. I don't love them. They're not worth being in here, for most of them at least. However, it belongs here. It's a good map. It's a good solid map. Horizon Drac. One of the greatest maps of all time. However, highly overrated by the community, in my humble opinion. I love the bows, and I love the perks, and I love that it's easy to set up. But it's not replayable. I'm serious, it's not replayable. What, you get the same bow over and over again. Storm bow, storm bow, storm bow, and storm bow. That's all you get. And if you have a friend, you just go, oh, well, I might as well just get the void bow, void bow, void bow, void bow, over and over. I can't even say that. It's just the same thing over and over. It gets repetitive as hell. And it's just so repetitive. It's so repetitive. I love the map so much, but it's repetitive as hell. I'm going to say this over and over. Otherwise, it's a great map. The boss fight was good. It wasn't anything great compared to most games, but it deserves to be an A. It's better than Mob of the Dead for sure, in my opinion. Mob of the Dead is overrated as hell too, in my opinion. And then we move on to Zombies in Spaceland, which it isn't as good as the Horizon Drac if you're just looking at it from a gameplay perspective. However, I look at it a lot from how replayable it is and how easy it is for noobs to get set up on the map. And so that is the only reason I'm putting it above the Horizon Drac into S tier. It isn't as good as Shadows of Evil, but it definitely is better than the Horizon Drac in my opinion. Then again, I haven't played any of these World War II maps, so I'm not using any of these. I'm going straight to Voyage of Despair. Oh baby, that sucked. It's just a little worse than Blood of the Dead because there are fucking all those fucking weird zombie types that would just fuck you up in every single way. The Catalyst zombies were so bad. And that's the only reason it goes below Blood of the Dead, because of Catalyst zombies. Next, I have Buried. Buried was such an amazing map. Oh my gosh. I love having sandbox like Zombies map, because you could have everything you want. You could always make a Zombies map harder. You can't make it easier. And that's what I love about Buried. It gives you all the tools. You can get to around 100 easily with Vulture's aid and just sitting up top of the saloon and then just using that paralyzer and just and then just going into the green mist. However, you don't have to do that. It doesn't force you to do easy stuff. Just like Cold War, it gives you options. You could do the hard stuff if you want. And I really loved Buried. It was a very underrated map in my opinion, and it had a lot of replayability, and it was easy for noobs. Well, not easy. It was mediocre for setup. And ultimately, I think it belongs right below the Rising Jack, in my humble opinion. Now there's Alpha Omega, which was fun. It was fun. It was definitely better than Shangri-La, but it's not better than the Reese. Actually, no. It is. Oh, I'm having a hard time here. Is it better than the Reese? This is hard, because the Reese was amazing. I love this map. But we'll leave it at this and we'll go back to it later. Call of the Dead, majorly underrated. However, not as underrated as people say it is. And ultimately, I think it's better than Shangri-La, but not any better than that. Get here. And Call of the Dead was an amazing map. It had a lot of unique wonder weapons. However, the wonder weapons just didn't serve anything. They didn't do any damage in the later rounds. And ultimately, that's where Call of the Dead failed. It had, and also that boss that just followed you around. That was ass, man. Who the fuck thought of that? That was so stupid. We got Nocturne Toten. No Pack-a-Punch, no perks. I'm putting it right here. I'm sorry. The Reese, when I say this again, it's the same thing. These two are the same exact maps, except for the Reese Black Ops 1 is a little more perfected in my opinion, so I put it there. Garage Crovy. Ooh, baby. Oh, yeah. This is gonna piss a lot of people off. I am sorry. I am not a big fan. Actually, I'm not the biggest fan of Garage Crovy. I'm sorry, guys, but it is B tier. It is B tier. It is majorly overrated. Fuck Manglers. Fuck all the special opponents on this map. And the Easter egg is horrible to do. I hate doing that shit. But playability is meh at best. And gameplay it's good for the first 2 times you play it. But there's no training spots. You're only forced to just camp in one area. And those little Dragon Command areas. That's the only place you could survive in. And it just sucks. You just have the Ray Gun Mark III, and it doesn't even last you to the later rounds. It's not like you can just sit there for the rest of the map. No! Like, you have to get out of there, and there's no place to literally just circle around and chase zombies around. It's just bad, in my opinion. The Giant... Look, we paid money for the Giant. We paid $15 for the Giant. You know what we paid for the Reese? I mean, not the Reese. The Reese Black Ops 1 version, we paid 15 divided by 4. And if I got my math right, that's $3.75. And $3.75 compared to a $15 map? Yeah, a little bit of a difference, huh? And so the Giant was not worth my $15. I am so sorry. It's the same thing as this. They really should have made something better. It just was not good, in my opinion. It's the Reese technically, but it's worse than the Reese. So even without the effectiveness, the cost effectiveness, I would still put it here. But it costed $15. I'm sorry, man. I'm just gonna have to lower that down all the way to below Kino. No, not even below. No, not below Shino Numa. Below Voyage of the Dead. Get right here. It is below Voyage of Despair, because at least Voyage of Despair had more stuff to offer. It was a new map. The Giant was a third remaster of the Reese. A third. We don't need a third one. And especially if you have to pay $15 for it. It was not good. Nocturne Chronicles was a little better, but oh yeah, it didn't have a pack-a-punch machine, and it only had one. It only had one perk machine. I don't know why Treyarch loved Mule Kick so much in Black Ops 3 Chronicles. It just wasn't that good. Like, no one got it except for me because I just love having 3 guns. But no one used it. It was bad. Like, Mule Kick was not a good addition, guys. Just, why didn't you guys just put something else there? Like Widow's Wine or something. I don't understand. I'm moving on to the next map, which is Tog der Toten. Tog der Toten was a great map in my opinion. Tog der Toten was amazing. I'm just kidding, guys. It wasn't that good. It was a mediocre map, and it wasn't bad. It definitely wasn't bad. However, it was just, man. At the end of the day, is it better than Call of the Dead? Yeah, because that's a little more, but that's it. It was the best. It was one of the best Black Ops 4 maps. However, that doesn't make it a good Call of Duty Zombies maps in my opinion. And now I go back to the first 2 maps. Origins Chronicles. What an amazing zombies map. I love Origins. The problem is, there's only one gameplay style. It's called the stabs. That's all you do. You stab, 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 and stab. If you don't know what stabs by round 8, you're fucked by the panzers. So you're just forced to just get a staff, and once you get the staff, you upgrade it. And then you sit in one place, and you just survive until round 2 million. It's just boring. At least the Rising Drag had a few other gameplay styles. Origins just has no replayability. It is a fun one-time map to play and then just get off. It's not good, guys, in replayability. It is horrendous in replayability. However, gameplay, it is amazing in, and it offers a lot. However, it is very harsh on noobs. And I do like maps that are harsh on noobs. I like some. There always has to be at least one within a zombies game. And it offered a lot of variety because in that game there's a lot of maps that were very noob friendly, and I think this is a very welcome addition. I think Origins was a welcome addition, especially in Chronicles. And a lot of people on the Easter egg step where you have to do the 4 stabs, and because it got patched in this one, because before you could only do 1. It was only 1 that you had to do, but now you have to do 4. And ultimately, I think that was a meh. It didn't make the map worse. It was the way that the devs intended us to play it. And ultimately, I think Origins Chronicles is a little higher than Origins because it just has that. I don't know. I just like it more in Chronicles. I just like Chronicles maps more. And it is definitely better than Black Ops The Reese. And it's definitely better than Mob of the Dead and Garage Kroby. It's a top of B tier. However, it's not close to Buried in my opinion. Buried has a lot more to offer. In my humble opinion. Don't get mad, guys. Although I know you guys are already mad or have already clicked off the fucking video. The next map I'm going into is Ancient Evil. Another amazing banger for the boys. The only problem is that there wasn't enough. No, I'm just kidding. It was a great map. It really was. Better than Origins Chronicles? Yeah, it definitely was. Each wonder weapon wasn't just a super overpowered piece of shit. Not piece of shit. I mean just overpowered as hell. But they actually each served their own purpose. Ultimately, I loved Ancient Evil. It was a great map. Pack-a-Punch was hard to get, and a lot of things were hard to get, and so I put it below A tier because these maps are accessible too. I mean, sure, Shadows of Evil isn't accessible, but it made up for that by being a great gameplay and replayability map. I'm going to go on to the next map. Sorry, guys, I've been taking a long time on that one. And I'm going to Die Rise. Come on, man. If you're not Johnny J, you don't like this map. This map sucks. Boo, boo, boo. It's worse than the Giant. It definitely is. It's just barely better than Shino Numa. It's ass, man. The only thing that saves it is that it has Pack-a-Punch and the Slickifire. No one likes fucking, what was it? Who's Who? Who's Who fucking sucked. Fuck Who's Who. That shit sucked ass. I'm going to the next map. I'm going to Shaolin Shuffle. What a meh map. Honestly, Shaolin Shuffle was meh in every way you could think of meh. Shaolin Shuffle was meh. And those zombies, those ninja zombies, like, what? And just teleport where you are, was just ass, man. I hated that shit so much. Oh my gosh, that shit sucked and was dookie. No one liked this map, let's be real, but it was better than Die Rise. Was it better than the Giant? Yeah, it was something new. But it's not better than Voyage of Despair and Blood of the Dead because fucking ninjas, dude, they suck. They really suck, and IW Zombies just didn't live up to any Treyarch maps ever. I am sorry, guys. Next map, Town. Town is is what the giant should have been, to be realistic. I hated the fire though, and I hated Tombstone. I think that was it. That was it. It's definitely better than these maps, and it's definitely better than Kino to Toten, but it's not the Reese level. Let's be real, guys. Zetsubo no Shimo is an underrated map as hell. It was Origin again. The only difference between these two maps is that Zetsubo didn't give as good stuff as Origins. It gave more balanced weapons. And ultimately, I like balance, but it's not better than Origins. Add a lot of gameplay, new gameplay things. However, I think it's better than Garage Krovi. Sorry. I think it's better than Garage Krovi, and Mob of the Dead, as I told you, has no replayability. If it wasn't based on replayability, I would put this at S tier. But it's based on replayability and gameplay. And so with those two mixes, it puts it down here. Same with Origins. And ultimately, I go down to Nocturne and Toten Black Ops 1. This was worse than Chronicles. Let's be real, guys. It wasn't that good. Let's move on. Dead of the Night. Dead of the Night sucked ass. It was one of the worst maps I've ever fucking played. Fuck Dead of the Night. Honestly, dude. If you like Dead of the Night, you're the type of guy that likes the fire bow. You're just a fucking beta male simp. You fucking suck in life. Dead of the Night is horrible. I hate this map with all my existence. Gosh damn, it sucks. It has a lot of stuff. But, oh boy, you better go on a collectathon to get 13 pieces to get the Alistair's Folly. Oh my gosh, this shit sucked ass. This was horrible. I hated this map. It's worse than some of the maps with Alpaca Punch. That's how bad this map is. It's literally worse than Verruct in my opinion. It is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Oh my gosh. I move on to the next map, which is Ascension. Ascension was a good map. It was the first map to have an Easter egg. And I applaud it for that. And Ascension was a very fun map. And I would put it at an A tier if there weren't those fucking monkeys that fucking took your precious pieces of shit. Oh my gosh, those things absolutely ruined the taste of the map. And for that, I put it all the way down at the bottom of B tier. It's still better than Target Toten in my opinion, but monkeys just make the map ass. PhD Flopper and Stamina were great additions though, don't get me wrong, those were amazing. Moving on to the next map, Raven the Redwood was meh. It was meh. There was literally nothing wrong with the map. And there literally wasn't anything good with the map. So it was meh. It was, what? It was right here. It was meh. Meh. Infection. Oh baby, this map sucked. No Pack-a-Punch in my opinion, because this Pack-a-Punch sucked. It literally locked off regions of the map if you didn't escort this piece of shit AR that they would just fucking... It would just suck. It would just ram into walls. Piece of shit fucking AI. Oh my gosh. Code better, please. Infection sucked. Oh my gosh, this map was bad beyond bad. And at least Nocturne and Toten didn't just cut off pieces of the map and just not let you go there. This was a bad map. I am sorry, guys, but overall, it was, what would I say? It's definitely better than Dead of the Night. It's bottom of C tier, in my opinion. It's just bad. Classified was an average map, in my opinion. It built upon 5, but wasn't better than 5. It was about as good as 5. I think 5 was a little bit better, because there wasn't an Easter egg that required you to go to around 100. But it was still a mediocre map. It really was. It was a mediocre map. In every sense of the word I say it, it is a mediocre map. Why did I put this? Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Classified is better than Raven the Redwoods, though, in my opinion. And then we move on to the Cold War maps. If you know me, I love Cold War more than any other zombies game. I'm sorry, I'm just like that. D Machina had everything I wanted. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys, but replayability on Cold War was amazing. Gameplay was amazing. I'm putting this where it belongs. Where it belongs. I cannot speak for shit. It is top of A tier. It isn't as good as Zombies in Spaceland, in my opinion. I'll show you which maps are. But it's definitely up there. It is a great map to play, honestly. A very underrated map. Cold War Zombies is just underrated because no one takes into consideration about their replayability. And everyone's just, oh my gosh, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1. Wow, nostalgia. But if you're not fucking blinded by nostalgia, you'll see D Machine is actually a fucking amazing map. It is amazing. Then again, I haven't played any of these World War II maps. I am not using any of those. Verrucht, Black Ops 1, it was as good as Verrucht. A little better since I had that fucking 5 Wonder Weapon, which was so bad. Who uses that shit? Origins was just a little worse than Origins Chronicles. And you know, no. It's better than Origins Chronicles. No, yeah, because the mod didn't slow you down as much in the original version. And that's the only difference. That's the only thing I like about it that's different. Oh, yeah, and it also has PhD Flopper. PhD Flopper is amazing. I love you, PhD Flopper. You're coming back, right, for Cold War? Yeah, let's go. Anyways, Moon Chronicles was actually a really fun map. I love this map. Moon was a great map. The Easter egg, though, was meh. Because of the RNG. You just had to pray, RNG, please give me good RNG. I need that one. So I just need this sector cut off, and I need this one a weapon, and then I need this, and I need this, and this set row. It was, I hate the RNG. But it was a good map. I liked it. It's better than Ascension. It's better than Alpha Omega. But it's even better than the Reese, in my opinion. But not better than Mob of the Dead. Like, come on, guys. Mob of the Dead was an amazing map. Let's be real. Farm had no Pack-a-Punch. It's as bad as, it's worse than Verrucht. I'm sorry, guys. Fire sucks. Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Oh, I'd say just... it was a good map. I like this map. It was better than Descent, but it's not better than Shangri-La, in my opinion. And next map is Shangri-La. Shangri-La was just a little worse than the Shangri-La Chronicles, because Shangri-La Chronicles looked better. That is literally the only difference between these two. This one looked better than this one. That's it. The Beast from Beyond sucked so much. Who thought of putting all the fucking special zombies on this map? The fucking stupid retarded piece of shit, and the boss fight was ass. Oh my gosh. This was bad. Oh my, it's just worse. It's worse than Dead of the Night, in my opinion. It is bad, man. Moon. The regular Moon, I'd say, wasn't as good as Moon Remastered, because Moon Remastered was a beautiful looking map. Literally the only difference is the visuals. That's it. Next map, Shino Numa Chronicles. Just a little above Shino Numa because it had the little perk machine or whatever. Not the perk machine, but the... what do you call it? The Wonder Fist machine. 9 was a great map. I love 9. It's... A tier. A tier. Yeah. I put it at the bottom of A tier. It's not better than Buried, in my opinion, but it's definitely a great map. It's up there with the beach. You know what? No, fuck this. I'm putting Ancient Evil up here too. These are great maps. And you know, while I'm at it, might as well just do this. I'm sorry, it's just hard to see Origins down there. I'm so sorry. And there's just not enough space. I'm putting this here. D-Machine. The Rising Rock, is it an S tier map? No. This is in order, by the way, guys. So this is the best. This is the worst of the tier. And then 5. 5 was a good map. I really like this. Underrated. It's better than Classified. Better than Blood of the Dead. But not better than Kino Toten. In my opinion. In my humble opinion, guys. Don't get angry. The Smith players, don't get angry. I know you might just come back from retirement and say, no, put that back in S tier where it belongs. But it doesn't belong in S tier, guys. It's C tier. Let's be real, guys. It's not D tier or F tier, but it's C tier. Revelations was a great map in my opinion. It's a sandbox map. I love sandbox maps, if you know me. And sandbox maps are amazing. It's better than... Is it better than Mob of the Dead? Yeah, it's better than Garage Crew. You know what? No. Top of B. Come on. No. You know what? No. Bottom of A. It had so much replayability, in my opinion. It added so many things to the game. And it put everything together. It was just the biggest sandbox you could ever create. The only thing I hated in this map was the Easter egg. The Easter egg was pure garbage. It was garbage, as I used to say. It's just garbage. Bad. Nuketown was an underrated map, but yeah, perks just fall out of the sky. I'm sorry. It's bottom of C tier. You know what? It's better than Nuke. It's better than Infection. I said it's better than Infection. Next map is Outbreak. Outbreak was a great map. I honestly played this so many times. I lost count how many times I played this map. It's a great map, but Is it better than the greatest? No. It's better than Dr. Toten for sure, but it's not better than Ascension. Let's be real, guys. Carrier was another great map in my opinion, but it's better than Call of the Dead. Yeah, I put it right. You know what? No. Yeah, because of those plant bomb motherfuckers. Those are pieces of shit. I hated those bitches. Transit had so much potential in it. It had the most potential out of any single map in this whole entire tier list. The only problem is it sort of sucks. It's bad. It's horribly executed. It could have been an amazing map if it was built on the newer gen, and I really hope they do remaster this. But without it, it's just meh. It's bad. It's what better than Die Rise because at least Transit tried something. Kino de Toten Chronicles, you know what I think of this. This is just a little better than Kino de Toten, but not by much. And it's better than Town 2, in my opinion. Ascension Chronicles, I love Chronicles better than the regular maps, so it's just a little above Ascension. And then we go to the last two maps, which are Cold War maps. You know I love Cold War. And I think every Cold War map has gotten better. FireBase is definitely better than D Machine. I'm going to be real with you guys. It is better. And it is better than Zombies in Spaceland, in my opinion. These are the two same maps, except for this one's better. It's going to piss a lot of people off, I'm sorry. And Mauer de Toten wins the cake. It is the best map of all time. That is right, guys. Mauer de Toten is amazing. I love this map. As you remember, I rated this a 9.8. It was an amazing fucking map. It was beautiful. And I feel like the next map is going to be even better than this one. And ladies and gentlemen, I finished the tier list. This is my tier list. I really hope Noah J reacts to this and says, "Oh, this is shit," and makes another tier list so that I can shit on his tier list a bit. And it's very controversial, in my opinion. I put a lot of BO4 maps pretty high, but I also put a lot of BO4 maps down low, because it was either a hit or a miss for Black Ops 4 maps. Ooh. Yeah. And there's a lot of maps, in my opinion, that I think are very overrated. The Rising Jack was overrated. Very little replayability. And the reason I put Cold War maps so high isn't because of something great like, oh, it just had so many more side Easter eggs or it had so much story. It did have more story. And if you're a good fan, you'll find the story. It is like Black Ops 1. You have to dip deep into the actual game to find the story. Unlike Black Ops 3 where it's just right there, and same with Black Ops 4. And I love how this takes a more gameplay feel to it instead of a story feel, because as I told before, gameplay is more important than story in my humble opinion. And same with Easter eggs. Easter eggs are less important than gameplay. And replayability is the only thing that makes it better. Because initially I agreed with Noah J and all those guys that, oh, these maps should be down low over here. But I don't play these maps anymore. I do not play Black Ops 3 Zombies maps anymore. And I definitely as hell don't play Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 maps anymore. I don't. It's not like there's not enough space for it because of the 100 gigabytes that Black Ops Cold War takes. It's just that there's no incentive to play these maps. There's literally no incentive. There are big incentives to play this map. There really are. This is the difference between a great map and mediocre and good maps. It's that there's a reason to play the map. And ultimately, there's a good reason to play FireBase. There's a good reason to play D Machine, and there's a good reason to play Mauer de Toten. You could get Dark Ether, and sure you could get that, what would you call it, the Black Ops 4 good skin or whatever. But it wasn't as good looking in my opinion. And ultimately, Dark Ether was a grind. It really was fun. It was a fun grind. I love doing it. And there's always reason to do it. There's ethereal crystals, and there's other things. They always add new things to the game, unlike these older maps. They never went back and added more perks. There's only a few of these maps that actually added perks. Baruch added perks. Ascension added perks. Shadows of Evil added perks. That's why it's so high. But other than those three maps, oh, and also Blood of the Dead, not Blood of the Dead, Mob of the Dead, added more perks. But those are the only actual maps that added perks within these maps. I mean, really, guys, those are the only maps that added perks from Treyarch. This one added 1 perk. This one added a perk. This one added a perk. And the newest one is going to be adding 2 perks. And on top of it, you can use the new perks on the old maps. Wow, what an innovative thing to do, Treyarch. Well, I mean, Treyarch is the one making these newer maps, so thanks, Treyarch, too. But there's more reason and more incentive to play these maps, in my opinion, and that is why they rank so high. Thank you so much for watching my tier list video. I hope you guys have a great day, and see you later, alligator.